Number 5. Batman the Animated Series aired between 1992 and 1995. This specific theory suggests that Batman the Animated Series was about Bruce Wayne battling his inner demons. The main antagonists each represent something different. Mr. Freeze denotes Bruce's inability to maintain long-term relationships with others. Penguin symbolizes his wealth and class. Two-Face embodies his clash between Bruce Wayne the billionaire philanthropist and Batman the caped crusader. Then there's the Joker, who signifies the intrusive, insane thoughts that are a result of his parents' senseless deaths. And although many people have countered this argument by saying Batman existed before 1993, this theory states that it's in regards to this specific version, this specific cartoon, and the way it's approached. Number 4. Garfield is actually dying of starvation. This specific theory was taken from an article from retrojunk.com. The link will be in the description below. On October 23rd, 1989, Garfield creator Jim Davis came up with a concept to have a series of comic strips that had no humor to them. Something more serious that dealt with people's fears. Hence, the week before Halloween, these 6 strips hit the newspaper. Within the comic book strips, you can see Garfield waking up outside a condemned and abandoned house. He walks into the house and instantly calls out for John and Odie, but there's no answer. He starts to realize that he is alone and starts to zone out into his thoughts. In his mind, he sees Odie and John giving him food. But when Garfield reaches out for the food bowl, he gets snapped back into reality and realizes he is alone again. Garfield is in denial that he is alone and it seems he deludes that he has a family and he isn't alone. The moral of the strip is one of people's biggest fears is loneliness, according to the creator of Garfield. This has led Cartoon Conspiracies to believe that the entire show is just based on an illusion by a cat who is about to die from starvation. Number 3. The popular 90s cartoon The Powerpuff Girls has been hit with conspiracy theories from way back in the early 90s, but it seems one cartoon theorist has actually put some science behind his argument and explained the entire argument and theory thoroughly. The popular Snoopy forum, User Critical Hit, has come up with possibly one of the best conspiracy theories for the Powerpuff Girls. In Critical Hit's theory, the girls are multiple personalities of one person. The 3 girls, Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup, are actually all fractions of one host personality, whose name is unknown to the audience, but for convenience sake, we will call her Brenda. According to the theory, the cause for the development of multiple personality disorder in Brenda originates from bullying in her early childhood by her older brother, whose actual name is unknown to the audience, but is manifested in Brenda's hallucinations as Mojojo the monkey, the girl's greatest nemesis. Number 2. The Spongebob Squarepants drug theory. Back in 2003, on the Metazone.com forums, a user named Critical Hit posted a very interesting forum post. The theory revolves around each individual character that lives in Bikini Bottom. The user Righteous explained the interesting theory in detail. Here we go. I have determined that SpongeBob SquarePants is all about drugs. If you can't see it, it's so obvious. Here's some evidence. SpongeBob SquarePants is on methamphetamines. It's blatant. He's always really happy, energetic, and occasionally paranoid. If he ever is in a bad mood, it's a result of a major crash. He never just gets mellow then sad. He goes from really happy to really sad or angry. There's no middle ground. Patrick Star is a stoner. He laughs at stupid things, eats all the time. He's also really stupid. The THC is probably permanently in his system from smoking so much. He must go through like a pound of weed a week. Squidward Tentacle is a heroin addict. He's always down and he yells at SpongeBob for being hyped up and energetic. Also, with all his arms, he would have no problem shooting up drugs. Mr. Crab is on coke, aka cocaine. He's really uppity. And notice how he's always concerned about money? Coke is expensive. He has to manage his finances carefully if he wants to sustain his habit. He's also their dealer. Notice how there is only a few people in Krusty Krab? How does Mr. Krab keep his business afloat? The Krusty Krab is just the front, and a little extra money for Mr. Krab is to cover the drug operation. Sandy Cheeks is just an alcoholic. She ruins every episode she's in because she's always drinking. I wouldn't be surprised if she curls up with a bottle of Jack every now and again. There you have it, guys. I would suggest you guys go check out the theory. I will post a link in the description. Let's go. Number 1. The Rugrats theory. Angelica is actually a paranoid schizophrenic, and all the other toddlers are just figments of her imagination. If you think that is bad, find out now why she made them up. Chucky. Have you ever noticed Chucky's dad is always on the edge and worried about him? That's because according to the fan theory, Chucky died with his mother in childbirth in 1986. Chas now suffers from chronic anxiety and his condition is always brought out in social situations. The other characters look normal while Chas always seems distressed. Tommy. According to the cartoon theories, Angelica's cousin, Tommy, was a stillborn in 1988. Unable to cope with the loss of his son, Tommy's dad, Stu, started to create toys in the basement as a hobby to create gifts for his late son, even though he would never receive any. The DeVille twins. Finally, the Rugrats theory claims that the twins are figments of Angelica's imagination. In fact, the DeVilles decided to have an abortion in 1990, and because Angelica was never told if her babies would have been girls or boys, she therefore created twins, giving them matching names and personas to fill the void. The reason behind Angelica creating the twins was because she had a non-existent relationship with her mother and father. Angelica created the lives that the twins would have lived using her own imagination. The theory doesn't just take place in Rugrats, it moves on to All Grown Up. Baby Dill. Out of all the babies, Dill was the only one who was not fictional. But that's not to say the next part of the theory is any less dark. Angelica is Dill's cousin, and after becoming confused as to whether he is real or not, she hits him accidentally very hard when trying to make him get away from her. This resulted in Dill having brain damage and is the reason why he behaves strangely in All Grown Up. Cartoon theorists also started to explain what was actually wrong with Angelica. In All Grown Up, Angelica's delusions are getting worse by her being addicted to narcotics. Supposedly, Angelica's biological mum died from heroin overdose, and Angelica has developed problems further on as her mum took drugs while being pregnant. Angelica got hooked to these mind-altering drugs in order to continue her relationship with her Rugrat creations, as they were the only company she would ever really kept. Her mum was called Cynthia, which is where the doll's name stems from. Angelica mirrored her mother's image in the Barbie doll, which is why she was so attached to it. The woman shown as Angelica's mum in Rugrats is actually her stepmom. I hope you enjoyed the video. It would be awesome if you could tell me which cartoon conspiracy shocked you the most. And if you liked the video, it would be epic if you could leave a like on the video. And if you like videos like this, make sure you subscribe because more videos are on the way. See you in the next video.